tried to debunk my 10 things that all flat earthers say by repeating the 10 things that all flat earthers say. Great work, Slick. Then, the Globe Busters, no doubt still upset about my video that exposed their unparalleled stupidity to millions of people, which continues to get between 10 and 20,000 views per day, are publishing feature-length responses made by some nitwit to my 10 challenges, which literally do not respond to the challenges. I ask for a map, 90 minutes later, I kid you not, no map. So with the dwindling flat earth cult now a pathetic parody of itself, I'm just going to make a few more videos demonstrating how easy it is to destroy flat earth without using any science at all. Last time we looked at the moon, so today let's look at the stars. Flat earthers love to complain about how dumb it is to look up at the sky to determine the shape of the earth, but that's only because doing so specifically proves that it's a sphere, and it's one of the ways we figured out that it's a sphere thousands of years ago. For example, if you're at a northerly latitude facing northwards and you watch the stars for a while, you will notice that they appear to rotate counterclockwise around a point in the sky. This point is roughly aligned with the star Polaris, which we call the North Star. If you were to then travel south for a while, you would see that certain stars are no longer viewable, and at the equator, all the stars move directly east to west through the sky. Then, heading towards the southerly latitudes and facing south, you will see a whole new batch of stars you couldn't see in the north, and they will again be rotating around a point in the sky, though this time clockwise instead of counterclockwise. So how do we make sense of these observations? Do they work on a flat Earth? Not even a little bit. That the sky would be doing different things for different people just because they are standing closer or further from the center of a disk is total nonsense. That's why flat earthers avoid this subject altogether unless they have the balls to invent idiotic sorcery like personal domes and other fantasies that are not even worth deconstructing. Furthermore, why can't people towards the outer edge see the same stars as people towards the center? And vice versa. What's blocking the light? Again, no explanation. Now, what would happen on a sphere that is turning? Standing up north, whichever point in the sky is aligned with the rotational axis would appear not to move, and everything else would rotate around it, just like we see. Standing in the south, same thing, but the opposite direction from their perspective. Also, any star that would require a line of sight that cuts through the Earth is not visible because we can't see through the Earth. That's why Southerners can't see Polaris and Northerners can't see the Southern Cross. But that's not all. Literally all observations of the sky from the southern hemisphere are utterly inexplicable on the flat Earth. Consider people standing towards the southern tips of South America, Africa, and Australia. They all can see the Southern Cross when they look south, and two of them at a time can even see it simultaneously, depending on the time of night. Does that make any sense with these folks all looking in completely different directions? None whatsoever. Come to think of it, what does south even mean on a flat Earth? It's totally nonsensical. But again, on a sphere, south actually means something, and all these people are looking in the same direction towards the south celestial pole, so they can all see the same sky, no problem. Now, most flat earthers have heard all of this before, and instead of admitting to themselves that the logic is airtight, they just ignore all of it and bring up unrelated, objectively incorrect talking points. At least 1,000 times I've been asked why the stars don't change throughout the year if we are orbiting the sun. Well, they do. The stars that lie near the ecliptic are obscured half the year because they are on the other side of the sun, and we can't see stars during the daytime because of how bright the sun is. These are the zodiac constellations, the ones from astrology, so it's shocking that you're not familiar with them since you're so in love with pseudoscience. The stars that can be viewed in a direction closer to perpendicular to the ecliptic are seen throughout the year, and there's no logical basis for thinking that they wouldn't be. They're really far away. Earth's orbital radius is negligible in comparison. But because of Earth's orbit, they do shift their positions slightly throughout the year. It's called stellar parallax. I would link to my tutorial that explains what that is, but I know learning is not really your thing. Here it is anyway. Give it a look if you're feeling bold. So that's it. Once again, looking at the sky with your eyeballs is all you need to do to demonstrate that the Earth is a sphere. And once again, that's how the ancients figured out that the Earth is a sphere, without having a clue about literally anything else. They thought astrology was true, and that demons are real, and yet they got this one down. If you can't manage that, you're allergic to thinking, and there's no point in talking to you. To everyone else, see you next time.